What's going on, Yeousch Sports? I am the Big Puma, aka Be Ready. Excuse me, and I'm getting a little sick, but it has been a couple weeks since we've got some Raiders fantasy franchise up on Yeousch Sports. You see Michael Vick coming out, 3 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Not a good year for Michael Vick. If this is your first episode to take a look at our Raiders offense, basically what I did here was did a fantasy draft, picked the Oakland Raiders as a base team, and picked our own players. So this is game number 7, week 7, game 7. In week 8, the Raiders get a bye week, and then the game after that, week 9, obviously, we're going to take on the Denver Broncos. But right now, Michael Vick throws it out there to Austin Collie, going for the touchdown, and he gets intercepted by Porter, which brings in the Chiefs quarterback, Vince Young, 952 yards, 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. We take a look at their offense. Rashard Mendenhall, Jason Witten over there, tight end. Hakeem Nicks from the New York Giants over on the left. Now while the Raiders are 6-0, and it has nothing to do with Michael Vick. It's got everything to do with Arian Foster. The man is a beast, and I know you guys have been waiting on some stats. At the end of this video, we've got the stats up on a couple players. You see Vince Young gets sacked by Guyton there in the backfield. Brings up 4th and 11. That's it for the first quarter. Pretty quick first quarter. Not a lot happened. 0-0. All that changes, though, of course. Second quarter, 3rd and 10 for the Chiefs. Vince Young in the shotgun. Goes to throw it downfield. Gets Ben, who runs right past the defender. They get the first down. 2nd and 10 on their own 45. They are looking to throw it, and he gets it out to Mendenhall. How is the running back wide open? I don't understand. 17 yards for him. Vince Young in the shotgun. 3rd and 4. Goes for the run, but gets tackled by Wooten, and that counts as a sack because he was still behind the line of scrimmage. They end up kicking a field goal. Here in the second quarter, after that interception by Vick, coach decides to put in his backup, Jimmy Clausen, and he quickly finds Austin Collie as his favorite receiver with 2 receptions there. 3 for the game so far, 60 yards for him. Out there, Jermichael Finley on the left. Jimmy Clausen comes in and starts to do work. You can't handle Jimmy Clausen. Foster goes in, gets close to the end zone, but then, of course, he gets in the end zone. First touchdown for the Oakland Raiders. Not a great first half for Arian Foster, but he gets better. Vince Young is in 3rd and inches. 3rd and inches, and he can't get it into the end zone. He gets sacked, and that's going to be the end of the first half. Watch the Raider cheerleaders dance around. 7-3 is the score. Oakland gets the ball. Kansas City gets the ball after the half. That was 3rd down. He gets sacked by Jarvis Green. And they end up punting the ball back to the Oakland Raiders. Arian Foster cannot be stopped. 54 yards so far after that run. Jimmy Clausen looking for a receiver. Throws it downfield to Deshaun Jackson. First reception of the game was 25 yards. You see his stats there, 88 yards total. Looking downfield after the play action. 2nd and goal, he gets sacked by Cunningham. Brings up 3rd and goal. And that's going to be it. The Raiders have to end up kicking a field goal. Couldn't get into the end zone. 10-3. They are on top. Right here, 2nd and 10. First play of the 4th quarter. And Arian Foster shakes one. Does he? He kind of stutter steps and almost makes it in. Jimmy Clausen throws it down to Deshaun Jackson for the touchdown. And Jimmy Clausen has to be the weirdest looking person I have seen in this game. Vince Young gets sacked once again, and Ndamukong Suh this time picking up the sack. Witten gets blasted and fumbles the ball on 3rd down, but it is picked up by a Chief, and that brings up 4th down. They end up punting it back to us. Jimmy Clausen looking downfield, sees nothing, decides to take off, and he gets attacked by a gaggle of Chiefs. 23-yard rush. Jimmy Clausen is super excited about that, but they can't get into the end zone once again. End up kicking a field goal there. 20-3 is the score. Vince Young just won't, he just doesn't understand. Jarvis Green gets the sack. Vince Young gets hurt, and they immediately throw up Derek Anderson's fourth quarter stats. But it really doesn't matter who is at quarterback. Anderson, big step back, throws the ball downfield. Kaysen intercepts it. 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and Oakland has the ball back. Arian Foster has just ran down the field. He gets taken down around the 2-yard line, but then the very next play gets it in for the touchdown. That makes it 27-3. We take a look at Arian Foster's stats here. 179 yards, 2 touchdowns on 25 carries. They got 5 seconds left on the clock. Vince Young comes back in. All he's got to do is throw it downfield, and he can't even do that. In wonderful Vince Young fashion, he gets sacked again by Ndamukong Suh, and that's going to be the end of the game, fellas. 179 and 2 touchdowns for Arian Foster. We take a look at the ending score here, 27-3. That brings the Raiders record up to 7-0. Like I said, this next game is a bye week for them. But let's take a look at some of these stats. We're going to look at passing stats first. Tom Brady playing for the Giants, which is hilarious to me. But Drew Brees has the most yards as at this point in the season, 1,900 yards. Colt McCoy, Mike Vick, Drew Brees all have 10 interceptions. A little surprising for Drew Brees, not so surprising for Vick and McCoy. Carson Palmer with 9, I'm sorry. And of course, all these guys. And Mark Sanchez down there for the Patriots. It's just funny to me because of the two teams and their history. But see, Mike Vick here, 710 yards, 3 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, not good at all. Arian Foster leads rushing by a good 500 yards, 17 touchdowns, 192 averaging a game. Just amazing stats for Arian Foster. And he's going to be the reason this team keeps winning. Broken tackles, Peyton Hillis, of course, 29. Yards after the first hit, 469 with 15 rushes of more than 20 yards. Absolutely amazing. And then I just looked here at the longest run, a couple of guys with 95 yards. Steve Slayton, which is outrageous. Anyway, and then we take a look at defense, look at sacks here. Jarvis Green is about the 4th person down, 5th person down, 7 sacks. Appreciate you guys for watching. AMF.